nobody had on their bingo card today that Phylicia Rashad was gonna be ate the fuck up on Twitter. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, then welcome. My name is Jessyka, lover of cats, trap music, and you. And guys, I know, it's been forever. I missed you guys so much, but let me tell y'all something. Today, so much has been going on that it forced me, it jolted me out of retirement, okay? And I am back right here on this couch, ready to talk my shit like I used to do. And I'm glad that we can chit chat and key like old times. Alright guys, so there's a lot that's going on today. If you guys have not heard yet, it's been breaking news. Bill Cosby, yes, you heard that right. Bill Cosby has been released from prison earlier today. It's a mess. Okay, so let me give you guys a little background, but before we get into all that, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, go follow me on my social medias. It's a good time. We can be friends in real life. Alright guys, let's get into the video. And I'm sure you guys all know that Bill Cosby has been in prison the last 3 years. So let me tell you how Bill Cosby got there to catch you guys up to speed. Because we kind of like forgot about him and let him rot under the jail basically. So Bill Cosby was the loved father, daddy in a cardigan, if you will, on the hit show, The Cosby Show, that ran from like, what was it? I have it in my notes here. It ran from September 20th, 1984 to April 30th, 1992, every Thursday, honey, okay? And I remember me and my family used to sit down and actually watch The Cosby Show. It was nice to see nice, wholesome black representation on TV, right? So he's not only did The Cosby Show, he did Fat Albert, Little Bill. I mean, he had his hands in almost everything, okay? Back in 2005, March 2005, I believe. Let me make sure I got it right, y'all. I'm professional with the notebook. Okay, so back in March 2005, a woman named Andrea Constand. Child, what's the woman's name? So a woman named Andrea Constand brought a civil suit, not criminal, a civil suit against Bill Cosby. She said that while she was working with him, he had, you know, drugged her with the Quaaludes and then took advantage of her. All right, this was a civil suit. The prosecutor at the time told Bill Cosby that if he admitted to his crimes under oath, that he would not be prosecuted criminally. Instead, he could settle. At the time, it was an undisclosed amount of money. We now know it was $3.4 million. But he was told that if he confessed to these crimes under oath, it would completely eradicate any chance of him being charged criminally for these crimes. He could settle with this Andrea Constant woman and go about his business, you know, be Bill Cosby and call it a day. And so that's exactly what happened. Under oath, he confessed, said that he did in fact use Quaaludes. And if you guys don't know what Quaaludes are, they're like, I mean, it's drugs for old people, basically, okay? Like, I think like my grandma was talking about using Quaaludes back in the day. Like, they was using that like back in Woodstock. It's old people drugs. But anyway, he was slipping Quaaludes in people's drinks. And in the under oath, he said, yes, I did in fact give these women Quaaludes and I wanted to have sex with them. Okay, bet. He paid her and life was good. Okay, fast forward a couple of years now, AP News, they pressured for the release of that deposition, right? They wanted to know what went on between Andrea and Bill Cosby, what was the settlement, what was going on. And so after a lot of pressuring, the deposition, is it called a deposition? I really don't know. I believe it's called a deposition. We're gonna call it a deposition, but whatever. The transcript of what went on in that hearing was finally released. Now, when people saw that he did in fact confess to giving women these drugs in order to possibly have sex with them, the whole Me Too movement, and it was public outrage, and then he ended up being criminally charged for this. Now, the prosecutor that originally told him that he would not be charged has since moved on, and it's a new prosecutor that criminally charged him. And we know that he was sentenced in September 2018 for 3 to 10 years. Okay, we also know about a month ago, he actually got his parole denied because he refused to go to the sex offender therapy, right? He said that going to that sex offender therapy was like admitting guilt to him, and if it meant that he had to do the full 10 years, then he would do that because he's not going to admit to guilt and he's not going to sex offender therapy. So that was just a month ago. He got his parole denied, and then today, in a whirlwind turn of events, the Pennsylvania Supreme Court let him go. They said that it was unfair or unconstitutional or just not cool for the new prosecutor to not uphold the promises of the old prosecutor that he cannot be criminally charged, even though this was never in writing anywhere. This was just like a he told me this type of thing, and they went with it. So the Supreme Court today, and this was quick, honey. This happened earlier this morning. The Supreme Court ruled it unconstitutional or not fair or whatever. He was released within 5 minutes immediately to go back to his home. Okay, so that is kind of what is going on now. Of course, the internet was broke, honey. You would think that Beyonce just released something. The internet broke. People definitely had some very controversial and divisive opinions when it came to Bill Cosby's release. Of course, there were some people that were celebrating the release. They felt that Bill Cosby was used as a pawn, you know, just another black man being humiliated and used in America. Okay, while multiple other people were like, no, actually, he confessed to these crimes and he deserves to rot under the jail. Now, one of the notable people that came out in his support was Phylicia Rashad, aka Claire Huxtable, aka his wife on the Cosby Show. Right? Side note, guys, I never realized like it was called the Cosby Show when they were clearly the Huxtables. I mean, like, I get it because he's Bill Cosby, but shouldn't it be like the Huxtable Show or like the Huxtables or whatever? I don't know. But anyway, so Phylicia Rashad came out and she said, let me find her tweet, honey, because they were eating her up. They were eating her up. She said, finally, a terrible wrong is being righted. A miscarriage of justice is corrected. And she posted a picture of Bill Cosby's old ass. Okay, now they were tearing her up in these Twitter streets, honey. Nobody had on their bingo card today that Phylicia Rashad was going to be ate the fuck up on Twitter. People are not feeling this. They are not happy about this. It's just not a good look for Phylicia Rashad. Saying that he did, in fact, confess to these crimes. Now, here's the deal, guys. I got to play devil's advocate here. He confessed to these crimes, and though he confessed under the pretenses of not being criminally charged, the act did happen, and in my opinion, you deserve to pay for those crimes, which I guess he did. He did do 3 years in prison, okay? He's like 83 years old, and he did 3 years in prison. On the other hand, guys, he was unlawfully put in jail based on the deal he made with the previous prosecutor, okay? Also, these criminal charges came literally years after that civil suit was settled. He paid her money and life went on. It was literally like, I think they said a couple of months. Let me double check myself. I believe they said it was like literally a couple of months before the 12-year statute of limitation kicked in is when they kicked off this criminal suit, which was a little sketchy in the first place, but you know, if you did the crime, you need to do the time. Okay? So the former Cosby Show star was arrested in 2015 when a district attorney armed with newly unsealed evidence brought charges against him days before the 12-year statute of limitation was about to run out. So literally it was days before, you know, it would have been too late. They said, okay, let's bring these criminal charges, which are literally 10 years after that civil suit was filed. So, I mean, the Supreme Court did, in fact, I mean, they said what they had to say, that he should have never even been charged in the first place. Nobody is really debating the fact if he did these crimes or did he admit to these crimes. They're just saying that he was under some type of amnesty, he had some type of deal on the table, and that should have been respected. So anyway, that is the deal, that is the tea with Bill Cosby and everything that's going on with that. It's been a mess. And okay, guys, I also want to talk about what I'm going to talk about, because there's been a lot of topics that's just going on, and child, I've just been missing in action. One more thing that I really do want to talk about is this Britney Spears conservatorship mess. Guys, the Free Britney movement have been going on for quite some time now, and mainstream and things are just starting to pick up on it. But if you're a real OG Britney fan, I am not, but I will go back and listen to some Britney hits every once in a while. Then you know that her fans have been on this Free Britney movement for a very long time. She's been in a very restrictive conservatorship since her very public mental breakdown in which she shaved her head. In this conservatorship, she has not been able to have children. She's had like a forced IUD where she cannot take it out. She does not have rights to her money. She can't go on vacation. Basically, she literally is under the ownership of her father. And for the first time, she spoke out about this. Now, fans have been saying, like, Britney, blink twice if you need help when she's doing these weird things on Instagram. And she's constantly kind of kept up like that, I'm fine, which she has since apologized for, saying that I'm sorry to my fans that I told you guys I was fine because I wasn't, right? She's been in this conservatorship, guys, for 13 years. So she had that public breakdown 13 years ago. And Britney Spears is rich. She has access to the best therapists, the best healthcare. It's no reason where she shouldn't have been able to get the help that she needed and then been able to live autonomously for the rest of her life. She should not be under this conservatorship literally 13 years later where she has to ask permission to do everything, and it's been really sad. So anyway, Britney finally spoke out. She wanted her court hearing aired, and she spoke out about what her father and her family, specifically her father, but just her entire family in general, has done to her. They've all been profiting off of her money, her success, forcing her to perform, not allowing her to have children, not allowing her to make decisions, giving her a set allowance. It's been a mess. So anyway, people have been dragging her sister Lynn Spears because they're like, sis, why have you not spoke out in support of your sister? Like, I don't know, if I had a sister, like, I would definitely be speaking out in support. And you know, she's been really, mum is the word. So finally, Lynn Spears, yesterday or a couple of days ago, she finally spoke out, and basically she was saying that she hasn't spoke out since then because she felt like Britney should have said something first, and it wasn't her place to say all of these things, and she had never received any money or any benefits from Britney Spears. Now, honey, you know, when you put things on the internet is gonna pull those receipts, and they did just that. Turns out that she was in fact buying Southwest airline tickets and American Airlines and things with Britney's money, so it's a mess. And she's currently getting dragged all over these internet waves as well. And you know, I just honestly, I hope the best for Britney. I do feel like in that hearing she sounded like she was in her right mind. She's trying to get off of this conservatorship without an evaluation. She just wants to get off of it. I don't know if that's going to happen, but whatever happens, I do hope that she in fact does get off of this conservatorship, and even if it is through an evaluation basis, she passes that evaluation and she can move on with her life, have her children, and do what she wants to do, okay? Because she deserves that, and we all just deserve that. So anyway, guys, that's all I have for y'all right now. Hope that you guys enjoyed this video. As always, guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Make good decisions and wear sunscreen. Until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Bye. Mwah.